This has been a tumultuous season for the Washington Wizards. We had a fight from KCP and Montrezl Harrell. We have Spencer Dinwiddie saying a bunch of stuff to the media, and then their coach backing out saying, "Oh, I don't know where Dinwiddie's getting his information from, this and that." There was also another fight with somebody else. I don't remember who
It's
because
a mess. It's a mess with the Wizards. Right? It's a mess.
it is a very big
Very.
mess. In fact, Johnny was telling me today, and not just Johnny, there was a whole story on it. But Beal would be potentially open to a trade. He wasn't denying it, and he wasn't accepting it either. He's just saying whatever happens, happens. If so, guys, do you think that Bradley Beal should be traded next week? Because the trade deadline is actually next Thursday, if you guys didn't know. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that Bradley Beal should at least be open to that possibility?
His contract
I
expires
agree.
at the end of the season, right?
They
Yep.
gotta, and I know he's not gonna resign. He's not gonna resign. So how
Yeah,
the way
I
things are
don't think
going,
Wait,
so
are we
either.
looking
so
at it from the Wizards' perspective or from his perspective?
Well,
From the Wizards, right?
let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it from the Wizards' perspective because I think we all know what we would do if we were in his situation. I think we'd all want to leave. No amount of money would want me to make me stay. Well, that's not true. I want the money, but I think Bradley Beal
He
wants
already
to
has
win.
the money. That's my
Yeah, that's the
issue. He
thing.
already has the
Bradley Beal
money.
wants to win now, and he's not gonna do it with those guys in Washington. It's funny because they were doing so well at the beginning of the season. I was like, nah, bro,
it's
they're not
it's
gonna
a
do nothing.
Without him, he comes back, and then now
So,
that's
so,
ironic.
so, what do you think? What do you think the Wizards should do in this situation? Anybody can answer this one. It really doesn't matter.
trade him.
I
Trade him.
think you
All right,
have
so
to.
we got
Trade
one for
him.
trade.
I
Two
don't
for
know if
trade.
they will though, but the right.
I mean, they have value on him right now. They have his value. So
I
why
agree.
not? So why not give it him right now?
Decision
Not
because you're gonna get nothing for him when he leaves. Maybe they'll do like a nice little sign.
Yeah, Sandra, your mic is cutting out. You're like lagging a lot.
It's not
yeah.
my mic. My internet is bad. It's
Yeah, it's your
because
internet right now.
it's
He
just
got
my
Spectrum.
internet.
He got that Spectrum internet.
It's
Yeah,
Optimum, bro.
yeah.
An
Well, anyway,
anti-Optimum ad.
anyway,
Don't
I,
get
th-
it.
I think I think what Isandro was saying before was basically that it's you might as well just trade him now because what's the point of having an unhappy star on your team? It's
No,
really
I don't
not.
think
And
it
you're
makes
not gonna
sense.
get anything back for
Here's
him.
why: because if
Maybe.
Washington Wizards were winning right now, they would not be trading him. Correct?
But they're the
So
11th seed. They're 24 or 27.
I
He's
don't
saying if
think
they were winning.
Ah,
they don't have. They don't have. There isn't enough time to. They haven't had enough time to really vet out the proper trades. Like I mean, we're talking about the face of their franchise for the past what 3-4 years. If you're
Yeah.
gonna let him go, and you also gotta consider Bradley Beal, like doing right between Bradley Beal, right? So we're talking about how when you're
Okay,
thinking
but,
about future
but
free
wait.
agents that are coming in, doing right by Bradley Beal, that means something,
Okay,
especially when you think about
okay.
agents and all that.
I
So
I,
my
un-
thing
I
is,
understand that, but
no,
hold
no,
on, hold on.
let me finish real quick. If you don't have enough time to really look for a good trade for Bradley Beal, just wait until the end of the offseason and just
But
play
why
it
you
out.
can't do that?
why?
He's not on
It's too late.
contract.
It'll be too late. It'll
It's
be
too
too late.
late.
He
Yeah.
doesn't have
Too
a
late.
contract.
Signing trades exist, guys, and also you look at the
This
other.
isn't
Okay,
Kyle
no, no,
Lowry
no.
loyal to the organization,
Yeah,
bro. What do you think
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
get for him?
Bradley Beal should be loyal to the organization. In fact, I don't even think the organization should be loyal to him. What has
No,
Bradley Beal done?
yes, they
What
should.
what what has Bradley
Yes,
Beal
they
done for
should.
that team?
Guys, whoa. Did we forget that Bradley Beal has been among trade rumors for like the what past
Past-
2 or 3 years?
Well,
And
the team has
Bradley
been
Beal,
trash, and
okay.
he's been their best player on a
Hey,
trash
listen,
team.
listen to me. Listen to
He
me.
doesn't owe them anything.
Listen
They
to me.
owe
Listen
him,
to
but he
me.
doesn't know them.
No. Here's
What does
why.
he? What?
Because
No, no. What does the organization owe him?
no.
I'm
Listen
sorry,
to me.
but
Listen to
look,
me.
look. The furthest
Because
they've gone was second round with Bradley Beal and John Wall. I'm
guys,
sorry, but
Westbrook.
the
Westbrook.
organization 1,000% does not owe him
Wait, but look,
anything.
for him sticking around, even though he should have
thank
left,
you.
he
That's
deserves
our
some
girl.
kind of stickers
Guys,
But that's
consideration.
on
guys,
him. That's on him. Why did he
guys.
have to stay? He
Okay,
didn't
so
have
that's
to stay. He
loyalty,
He's
bro.
chose
paying.
That's
to.
loyalty.
He's paying the
No, no, no.
consequence.
He
He wants
he
to be
he
loyal.
believed that this team was going to do something with Russell Westbrook on that team, and they did nothing. And then when they traded away Russ, and then they got all these cats for what? There was no reason for him to stay, and he decided, you know what? I'm going to stick it out with this team. I love the fans here, whatever. No, like that this team is going nowhere, and yet you still decide to stay. That's my issue with Bradley Beal. That's my issue with Damian Lillard.
Jason,
And I
He
think
already got paid
Jason,
already. So now he
that's what
wants
I'm
to
saying.
leave.
He already got paid.
He already got
Jason,
paid.
So what does the team owe them? He
Jason,
got paid. They
Jason,
paid
your
him. Hold
point.
on, wait.
You
Hold on,
keep
wait.
making my
Wait,
point
wait.
for me.
No, okay, so they paid him already. They gave him his money. They gave him as much as they wanted to offer him, and that's fine. Now it's up to the team to do what's best for them. So if they want to trade him away to some crappy team to get a bunch of load of crap of draft picks and young assets or whatever, then so be it, because I think that's the most important thing
Now,
for this team.
now, Jason,
You
the
wanna trade
question
Bradley Beal?
is,
Let's just say they trade Bradley Beal for like, I don't know, Cade Cunningham and like Isaiah Stewart and a first round pick, right? Let's just say, I'm not saying that's gonna happen. Let's say they do it. Who do the Pistons have? Nobody. But now the Wizards have something to build on because frankly, that's what a team does. So yeah, maybe they do somewhat owe it to him, but in reality, do they? Because at the end of the day, this is a business. Bradley Beal chose this business, and now he's suffering the consequences for staying along with this organization. So if I am the Wizards, I am looking out what's best for me. I don't care about what's best for him. As much loyalty as there wasn't loyalty for John Wall. There definitely won't be loyalty towards Bradley Beal. Carry on.
Okay, so let me break this down into two parts: the Wizards side and then Bradley Beal side. Wizards, if you're looking out for yourself, right? You gotta look out for other future free agents, correct?
No
And you
one
gotta
goes
look
to
at
Washington though, bro.
you got bro. I mean, Washington is a big city at the end of the day. Who knows? Maybe you can get a trade. And also you gotta look at a potential partner that would want to resign with the Wizards, right? So you're thinking about agents, and would an agent consider having their client extend to a team of the Wizards if they weren't known for doing right by their star players, correct? What did Bradley
But they
Beal
already
do
have
to
a
right?
bad reputation, though.
Bro, hey, let me finish real quick. What did Bradley Beal do? Bradley Beal has been around trade rumors for the past 4 years when they've been
Yeah.
sneaking up the joint, right? When he's been putting up like 30 a game sometimes, like
Yeah.
at some point in the season, right? And he's adamantly denied, even while people have said, why you're doing this, that I want to stay here in Washington, correct?
Yeah.
Bradley Beal, he could have gotten traded. He could have been miserable. He could have gotten traded whenever he wanted to, but he said no. He tried to make Russell Westbrook work, and they did for the most part. The second part of the season, they had played really good basketball. I think just for the past 5 years of him holding down the fort, I mean, any ticket sales for Washington, I feel like you do right by him because of that. And plus, you drafted him, right? So you do right by Bradley Beal, okay? So if you look at Bradley Beal's side and Washington side, next week, you're not going to find a deal that's worth it for you by next week. It's just impossible, dude. Things have to play out. It's just
How do you know?
happen.
How do you know they haven't been in calls already?
The only team that you can even think about considering would be Philadelphia.
For Ben Simmons.
Philadelphia
That's
has
it.
said, right?
That's it.
Philadelphia said you can take Ben Simmons, but no Tyrese Maxey and no Thibault. If you're not getting Thibault or Tyrese Maxey in a deal for Ben Simmons, why would you even do that? And then you look at the Pistons side, who do they really have?
I just mentioned the Pistons, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Right. So none of this makes sense for both parties. So I feel like the best deal that you can make that's going to benefit both parties is going to be at the end of the season, not right now. Because if you rush right now, you're not going to get the best deal, and I feel like no one will be happy.
But but they're not gonna get the
also-
best deal regardless. Then think about
You're not getting the best deal regardless.
But also you got to remember, Bradley Beal being a free agent at the end of the year also changes things as well for teams that are trying to trade for him. So if you're not going to get that security from Bradley Beal, why would you trade for him? Right?
If it's a team he wants to go to,
you don't know that. Things might change, right? So you're not going to give up assets for a guy that you don't even know, right? So it doesn't even make sense for both teams in both parties right now to do that. You have to wait the season out. That's
okay. So let's say they wait the season out. No sign and trade happens. Bradley Beal leaves in free agency. What do the Wizards do then? Like you just gave up a
$180.
You just gave up a prime time to trade Bradley Beal for some assets, and instead you end up losing him for nothing.
Bro,
okay, but look, they're probably getting something for him, but it's just what are they getting?
It could probably be like a second round pick.
In a sign and trade, yeah, probably.
Jason, like think about like the last biggest free agents, right? Okay. I'm off the top of our head. KD.
Yeah, KD sign and trade for D'Lo.
Terry Rozier sign and trade. Kemba sign and trade.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. But look, okay. When the Hornets originally gave Terry Rozier that deal, and they traded, they did the trade for Kemba and Rozier, right? No one.
Wasn't Kyrie sign and trade too?
No, Kyrie just left. No, when Rozier did the thing with Hornets and everybody was like, okay, that's a horrible signing for for
Yeah, no,
Charlotte,
yeah. I don't
and
know why
then
I
it,
said that.
it
About
looked really
Kyrie.
bad for Boston. I mean, it looked really bad for Charlotte. Like, what is Mitch Kupchak doing? This whole thing, blah blah blah. He's throwing away his money again, like he did with the Lakers. So at the time, it didn't look good. Now in hindsight, well, it's great because Terry Rozier is balling. But if you really look at it, let's give an example. Malcolm Brogdon, right? He was also available. He was also in the sign and trade. You know what the Bucks got back? A second round pick. So the same thing could be potentially done here with Bradley Beal. The only way Bradley Beal would potentially give them a sign and trade option is if he truly is loyal to that team, which he has proven. So it most likely could happen. But I'm taking the safer bet. If I'm the Wizards, I think I would have been making calls for the past few months, or at least listening to offers and waiting to see
Last few
what
months, bro.
happens on that day.
I mean, the Wizards. I mean, you put all this capital into making this team decent. They're playing pretty well. Kyle Kuzma's playing well. I think it really started to fall apart, like in the past 3 weeks, and that's when the trade rumors started heating up. So I just really think you got to wait it out. Like, you're not gonna find a deal that's gonna benefit you
I think
right now.
I get what you're saying, Johnny, and I do think they're gonna get something back for him because of that loyalty. It's like, hey, we're gonna do right by you. But at the end of the day, he's gonna do what's best for him. He's gonna want to go to a certain team, and that certain team isn't gonna have a lot of assets, right?
And bro, to be honest, what is that certain team as we speak right now? Who is that?
There's a
certain team?
couple teams that he could really go to that he could really make better.
But Bradley Beal hasn't hinted anything. I
Why
don't think
would
Bradley
he?
Beal's. I
He's
don't
not
think
gonna
Bradley
refuse
Beal
But that's the
I
thing.
feel like
I think we're all kind of accustomed to players saying, "Oh yeah, I want to be traded." Like when James Harden said the whole thing, like the whole holdout, whatever. Not all players are like that. Bradley Beal might not be like that. So if Bradley Beal gets traded, it's probably because he's had an internal discussion with the team. So if that's the case, then by all means they should do it now. Because if they don't do it
You're
now,
gonna
it
get
could
more.
potentially ruin
Okay, so
their
They're
future.
not gonna get as
okay.
much in a sign and trade as they would now.
So my thing is, we're talking about Bradley Beal. I said that you're not gonna get that value back right now. But then that report that comes out about how the Washington NBC sports music just played. The report that came back
Not
about
sponsored.
Bradley Beal, they're trying to get Jeremy Grant and Dante Sabonis.
If they make a trade for Sabonis, there's no reason to trade for Bradley Beal. It shows that the team is actually going to try to do something for him. But they did that again.
How are you going to
They
get
did that. They
Sabonis
did that a
without
few years
Bradley
back
Beal?
for Russell Westbrook.
Ayo, son, how are you going to get Dante Sabonis without trading
But then
Bradley?
someone's gonna end up leading it.
Why
Regardless.
would you have DeMontis without Bradley? How does that make sense? What are you trying to achieve? A seventh
No,
place?
I
player?
think what he's saying is trading players, for Sabonis and Beal to play together. And the way that you can actually do it, because Spencer Dinwiddie is making around the same amount of money that Sabonis is, because Sabonis is still only making like 20-something million dollars. You trade Dinwiddie, probably, I don't know, like Davis Bertans for Domantas Sabonis. I mean, that doesn't seem like a bad trade to me for
Throw
either
in a
team.
couple picks.
Yeah, I mean, you reunite Levert and Dinwiddie in Indiana. You bring in
It's gonna be
Sabonis.
the Brooklyn Nets all over again.
I missed that team.
Hey,
But
bro,
yeah,
okay.
you could definitely do it.
But bro, there's just so many factors to Bradley Beal because we're seeing two things here, right? Bradley Beal said to NBC that if they make the plan again, that's a step back. And his camp, like the circulation around this camp is that he's going to explore his options.
As he should.
But as we speak right now, the Washington Wizards are doing the smart thing and they're not trading him right now. In fact, they're trying to work on the biggest contract in NBA history with him as we speak. So Bradley Beal can get 241 right now, or he can look at his options.
All right. There's a scenario that could happen, right?
But then there's also another thing where the Wizards can get the pieces. They have assets right now, right? They have assets. They can get Jeremy Grant if they want to. They can work it together.
But how much better is Jeremy Grant than Kyle Kuzma?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So there's not much that they can actually do. So I think it's just time.
They need defenders. I mean, they need defenders. So maybe building a team that works well with this. Hopefully, getting rid of Spencer Dinwiddie. Man, we knew. I mean, that was.
Yeah, he's really bad on that team. But it's just I think his time is up in Washington, and if they don't trade him away, if not this upcoming trade deadline, it's definitely going to happen in the offseason. If he is loyal, if he is, that really good guy that he is, I mean, we've seen it, then I think a sign and trade is more likely. But I think this would be his last season in Washington. And frankly, I'd be really excited if he came to Brooklyn. Just saying.
I don't think so. I think as we speak right now, we have no idea because so many things can change.
That is
The
big
East,
facts.
the
There's
East
so
is
many
wide
things.
open. Other teams can fall apart. Um, as we speak right now, I think it's just safe to keep Beal on there, make some trade deadlines to really make this team work, and make a final push. They have the capability to make a push for the eighth, seventh seed, maybe.
Yeah, I mean they're not too far behind. They're only 4 games behind the 7 seed Hornets. There's still a lot of time, but no, like that is that really what you're going for? If you're Bradley Beal, 7 seed, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like that's it's just not fair to him anymore, and I think he needs to grow some and leave. Like it's time to go. Like the Wizards are not it anymore for him, and I don't know. I think a team like Boston or Philadelphia would be great, for him
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
really
if
thrive in.
if you're the Wizards, do you risk it in free agency, or do you maybe try to go for like a Ben Simmons kind of player to at least get something? Like Ben Simmons would be really good for this team. I don't know how far they'd go,
I'm not taking Ben Simmons if you don't give me Thibault or Maxi. You have to
but
give me one of those two players.
But
but
Philly's not going to budge on that.
they're not going to because they
More than
know
anything.
that they can just give you Simmons flat at the end of the season, and you have to give him, or else you're just going to give up Bradley for nothing. You know,
Then that's what's gonna happen at the end of the season.
so they'd rather do that than to just get Simmons. Now.
Well, they can't
Okay,
get Simmons
but
now.
I think that my thing is, I want like Maury because he said that he wants an all-star player, right? You're getting the all-star player, so then why are you stingy with Maxi and Thibault? The case for that could
He
be
still wants a championship team, bro.
yeah, right. But another case for that could be is that this lack of security around Bradley Beal, which that would be answered
Yeah,
at the end of the season, right? Through a sign and trade.
yeah.
So would that influence things? That's why I feel like would a third team come about and get a replacement player for maybe a Tyrese Mack? But I mean, Tyrese
I
Maxey might
think
be an all-star.
the buyout market would be what they would look at, or just some random free agents that are out there. But
So like I said, a lot of things have to play out for Philly, but all we do know is that Daryl Morey is wasting Joel Embiid's prime right as we speak, which is
I 1000% agree. And I
So
think,
get Bradley Beal. So get Bradley Beal.
yeah, no, I think that's also a good topic for another day. But we are running a little bit out of time here, guys. So as of today, we saw the reserves for the Eastern and Western Conference. It's really exciting. Hopefully, these injury replacements do go through. Hopefully, Edwards does make it. If not, DeJounte Murray would be a really good pick. Also, same goes for Jared Allen and LaMelo. Any of those two would be great. Shout out Miles Bridges, though. We love you. But
Sponsor us.
yeah, sponsor us. But as for the last discussion, the Bradley Beal thing, at the end of the day, it's really up to him. He's his own man. He can choose and do whatever he wants. But
He
also
can make the right decision or he can make the wrong one. It's up to
and the
him.
But it's up to
Wizards
him at the end of the day. It's his career. He's on his prime right now.
and the Wizards are an organization, and they could do whatever they'd like to, because at the end of the day, it's a business. But for now, guys, thank you guys for joining. Please like, subscribe, and hit the like button down below. And if you were listening to us on Google Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, all that other crap, please shout us out to all your grandmas, dogs, dads, uncles, cousins, brothers, and Jeremys. Please, and thank you, and have a good day. Peace.